proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalok, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away.
Hei, se toimii, jes. Mutta mä voin vieläkään tehdä näitä. Tää ei toimi tää. Viestinlähetys on tullut, mutta ei tullut tuo. Näitä voi hallita vielä näitä viestejä. No ehkä se siitä sitten. Joskus paranee sekin. Mutta ainakin nyt mä voin laittaa viestiä tän kautta. Ihan hyvä parannus tuokin jo. No, miksei tää taas toimi tää peli? Ei vittu, mä oon sotkenut tän koko paskan taas. Noin.
Fetch this empty gate, sweep up here, watch it all. Not even a draft horse will talk without some carrot to move it.
Okei, tää on selvästi selainpohjainen tää chatti. Olokuutta. Ei myös sitä mietitä nyt sen enempää. Nyt lähdetään pelaajille. Eikö se tää toimi tää peli? No nyt se rupesi toimimaan. Huhhuh. Mitäs me nyt tehdään tässä? Tuo on menossa. Kartseja. Okei, tää on tällainen. Ehvikalma. Tänään nyt unlokattiin näitä. Euforia. Nääkin on jäänyt tyhjäksi nää slotit. Okei, mulla on nuo... Eikö tässähän nää näkyykin? Joo joo. Nää pitäis saada unlokattua jotenkin. Unlokattua jotenkin. Ai tää olisi hyvä tää. Pystyy kantamaan enemmän.
Pays me to do. That's it.
Ja vähän mittaa Regis. Regis in the cemetery.
Move it. Smell that? Welcome to Tucson.
San Sebastian.
You're chasing down witches.
The gods partook of their viners.
What a specimen.
He's some
Scared?
free advice, Witchman. If you will listen to me, lift the spike.
Onpa kauniita auringonkukkia.
I've scissored my fingers into shreds.
Ages. Could have picked some other place to meet.
Mitä on nämä? Ei vitsi, mähän kuolen tänne. Se ei ollut moksis katso. Nää on pahoja nämä. Arkkoret. Selvisinpäs.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Vittu, tulla lisää noita örkkejä. Missä se on? Oi vittu! Ne olikin tuolla ne örkit, tuolla vitu. jännä, mihin se hävisi se minun suoja äsken.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Taas multa on hävinnyt se suoja. Perkeleen kikimoreet, kun ne lyö perkeleen. Jää kiinni tähän saatana nää paskakatot.
Vittles are plenty around here.
Mä voin tappaa näitä. Mähän kuolen tähän. No mene nyt vittu ees. No vittu kun jää pyörimään siihen saatana viereen vittu. Mennään nyt helvettiin siitä. Ei tää nouse noita vitun portaita. Perkele. Tää ei liikuttaa ukko. Tää vaan tekee tommosia vitun peruutuksia. Se ei tee sitä pyörimistä, parrerollia ollenkaan. Se vaan jää tommoseen paskamoodiin, missä ei voi tehdä mitään. No nyt se rupee vähän pyörimään jo. Hukittikohan se äsken jotenkin? Mä pääs pois tosta. Se yksinkertaisesti jää, se on liian ahdas tila tehdä mitään tossa, kun se jää kiinni joka seinään. Noin, se jää kiinni. Mä voin... No, tässä menee nyt hetki. Tää varmaan 100 kertaa joutuu lataamaan, että mä pääsen tän. Mä en edes tiedä, miten tää tallenti just tähän kohtaan, kun mä tallensin sinne yläkertaan, enkä tonne alakertaan. Vittu. Tänne, ei mene nyt vittu sinne ylös, noniin. Vitutta. Mun energiat häviää koko ajan, vittu. En mä ottanut mitään vitu energioitakaan, niin nää silti tippuu, mitä helvettiä. No missä ne ruuat nyt on, saatana, kun menee taas. Ota nyt jotain ruokaa, saatana. No. Otahan nyt jotain ruokaa taas. Vittu, kun mulla on noita pommejakaan oikeeta tossa. Kyllä sihiseltä jossain. No vittu, mä nyt vittuu siitä. Mitä tulee lisää? Mitä vittua? No vittu, kun mä pääsen karkuun tällä. Vittu, niitä tulee lisää koko ajan. Mitä helvettiä? No niin, menehän nyt sinne saatana. Kuolikohan? Ei. Nää ei ottanut yhtään damagea, mitä helvettiä. No vittu, älä väistä, apina, saatana, kun nää ei väistä. En mä pääse vittu mitenkään. Kun niitä tulee koko ajan lisää. Ja ne ei ota damagea. Jos mä heitän pommella, niin ne ei ota yhtään damagea. Menee nyt vittu sinne. Menee! Saatana! Mikä mua vituta kuin jumittaminen? Menee vittu, saatana! Vittu kun jumittaa, vittu. Joka vitun kohtaa. Ei noita pysty tappamaan, kun ne pappnaa uudestaan ja uudestaan. Duraa niitä on edes taistella.
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
Mitä tuo prossun käyttö on noin iso nyt? Tää Opsin päivitti, niin se jotenkin pomppasi noin isoksi. Pitääpä katso set. Vittu, että muuten... Ennen se oli 9%, nyt se näyttää 24%. Nyt se tippuu 12. Mitä ihmettä tällä tapahtuu? Mitä ihmettä täällä tapahtuu? Miten tää näin paljon käyttää prossua? No nyt se tippui vähän se. Siellä oli joku Microsoftin telemetery. Vei ihan älyttömästi prossutehoja, 10%. Nyt kun mä sen tapoin sen prosessin, niin nyt se tippui jo. Ei oo enää kuin 16% tuo prossun käyttö. Se oli äsken 25%. Varmaan joku kore oli niinku täysillä paahtoni. Nyt tää on jo pehmeä tämä kuva taas. Ainakin omaa silmää. En tiedä mikä oli. Mikä lie.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Vähän kyllä hyppii tuo prossun käyttö. Mitä siellä tapahtuu taustalla taas?
Rings pretty intriguing.
Mutta ei sentään tuu
Made of no metal I've ever
dropped
seen.
frameja.
And the ornamentation.
Se on pääasia.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans of the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I in turn gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of
Ei tää kyllä ole
Copenhagen's
vieläkään
theory of
niin
tissue memory retention.
pehmeä mitä se oli
Distant
ennen.
bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera.
En tiedä sitten näkyykö sillä striimiin asti,
Tattered,
mutta
nearly disintegrated. But if
tästä
memory
on vaan tän
serves, Copenhagen's
esikatselun
never
tästä
managed to prove it worked.
tiputtaneet sitä. Näitä kun aina päivittää, niin ne muuttuu jotenkin ihan ihmeellisesti. Mä en tiedä, pystyykö muuttamaan esikatselun mikä tää nyt onkaan oikea termi sille? Päivitysnopeutta. Se on jännä, kun mä laitan tänne pelin pois, niin se on 8%, mutta sitten kun mä laitan pelin päälle, niin
Did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings.
ei se
He
ole
and I
ennen tuommoista
corresponded, you
tehnyt.
see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Kovenarius spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were close to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Pitäisi kokeilla joskus saisi ton chatin tuohon striimiin laitettua. Nyt mä tajusin, että se voi hiirellä tätä vähän kun liikuttaa tätä kameraa. Ei padilla ei pysty tekemään tätä. Vähän niinku näin.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take
Mut
them
sekin
some
chati,
time
jos
nonetheless.
laittaa tuohon striimiin, niin se pitäisi olla semmonen, että sitä ei tarvi joka kerta erikseen. Että se olisi automaattinen.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Dettlaff bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. What of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon
Moro
after.
Joonas Kauppi.
And when the time was ripe, she came back.
Oliko pitkäkin
The wild
kävely?
hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
2 tuntia on ihan
As
hyvä
humans
lenkin
understand
pituus
death,
aina.
yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Dettlaff, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet
En
you
mä
are
oo vielä
aware we don't
kerännyt
see death
mitään
as you do.
tehdä.
The way
Nukuin aika
you
pitkään,
cling
niin
to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start, blank slate.
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
mitä mä nukuin
Blood
9
addiction,
asti mä
say.
nukuin.
Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All
Sitten mä
addictions are a
keitin
form of
kahvit
slavery.
ja söin vähän aamupalaa.
Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing
Sitten
to
mulla oli
take, just to test the
puhelinhaastattelu ja
hypothesis about
sitten mä aloin
corporeal
pelaamaan.
regeneration and whether propensities can
Ei
be
siinä sen
overcome.
enempää
Fair
kerennyt
enough.
tekemään.
Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Dettlaff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating
En
as
mä
you, Geralt.
kirjastossa käy.
Cruel parsimony, I'd say. But I
En
shall
oo
do my
käynyt
best to
vuosiin.
make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left. Please answer.
Never chose to be a witcher. Fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that'd earn me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Kyllä
Still
mä
no
kirjoja
sign
oon
of your
lukenut
winged
kumminkin.
friend.
Oon mä niitä ostellut
Sure it
itekin.
understood what you wanted.
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
Ja Kirppu Torelta on saanut kirjoja. En mä oo kirjastossa käynyt, mutta oon mä niinku ostellut kirjoja ja lukenut niitä. Kyllä mä oon ainakin 10 kirjoja lukenut. En oo kyllä laskenut, mutta on tullut luettua.
Ever vigilant even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or
Kalle
mammoots.
Paatalon kirja luin.
Allow me to finish. You
Jos
see,
niinku
there's
tommosia
this
romaneita
spotted white. It
otetaan
haunts an
vaan.
abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the whites survived entirely unmolested.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news.
Tää on hyvä questi
Or
tää
perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder,
lusikka.
or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Mikä tää nyt onkaan? Muista enää.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me
Joku
as an
örkkeä se oli.
anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember...
Mutta onko Sionasta oppi sitten kovaa lukemaan kirjoja?
Beyond that.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
On mulla huomenna koulua kyllä. Ei oo kuin lyhyt päivä, jos 12 asti, jos oikein muista. Eli mitä se tekee 4 tuntia. Ignia Yrden. Oi pantteri, ei saatana. Kukahan tuo Vesa-Matti Loiri nyt on? Eikö se oo se Uuno Turhapuro? Niin joo. En mä oikein Vesa-Matti Loiristakaan tykkää, se ei oikein nappaa. Kyllä Uuno Turhapurossakin oli Sörselson oli paras hahmo. Insinjööri Sörselson. Mä en hampurilaisia syö, niin pizza on parempi. Mä en oikein hampurilaista tykkää. En sitten yhtään.
Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm. A message. Trying to tell me something. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have
En
shall
mä
save
muista
you.
milloin mä oon syönyt. Varmaan joku
Never again shall you wish to
2000...
spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse,
2007
all right.
olettavasti söin viimeksi hampurilaisia.
Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Mutta ei ne minusta hintansa väärti oo.
The pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly.
Ainakaan
Find a
mäkkäriampparit
way
ihan
to collect
perseestä.
some white saliva.
Ylihinnoiteltuja siihen mitä se ruokamäärä siinä on. Niinku pizzastakin saa paljon enemmän niinku mahansa täyteen ja pidemmäksi aikaa kuin hampurilaisista.
No spoon you have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. A spoon key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred.
No mä en oo mistään hampparista saanut mahaa täyteen. Niitä pitäisi syödä ainakin 2 kerralla, ainakin niitä Big Mackeja. Ei se yksi riitä niinku mihinkään. Mä en oo ikinä käynyt Hesburgerissa, mä en osaa siihen sanoa mitään.
Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Spoon, pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. White's obsessed. A real collector.
En mä kebabistakaan tykkää. Ihan joutavia semmoset.
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide.
Mä en oo mikään pikaruoasyöjä. Mä en oikein pikaruoasta yleensäkään tykkää.
Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
Tai sanotaanko, että en välitä pikaruoasta. Kyllähän se nyt pahimpaan nälkään menee, mutta minusta se on ihan liian kallista siihen, mitä siitä saat. Mä käyn kahvia hakemassa, pieni hetki. No kana on hyvä, kun tekee ananaskermakastikkeen siihen, niin karri ananaskermakastikkeen, niin se on hyvä.
Damn it. Gotta catch it. Cook hasn't had time to make the brew. Just foul, muddy water now. Seems I'll have to kill the White in its own junk heap.
Mä en nyt tiedä, onko mulla mitään inhokkiruokaa. Ehkä joku kaalikeitto. Vaikka kaalilaatikko on hyvää, mutta se kaalikeitto, kun sitä joutuu pentuna pakotettiin syömään, niin se ei nykyään maistu. Hoitopaikassa. Päivähoitopaikassa. Kyllä sitä kaalikeittoakin nälkänsä syö, ei siinä mitään. Ei oo semmoista ruokaa, mikä jäisi syömättä, jos tarjotaan. Enkä mä nyt voinut tätä niinku pelastaa, mitä ihmettä.
The curse that held him up proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Yritettähän uudelleen.
Gotta catch it.
Ei, se on vielä aikaisemmin pitää ottaa.
The curse that held him up proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Cauldron I was looking for. Why, it's not particularly tidy. Table set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years.
Miten mulla on semmonen muistikuva, että tota ei tarvinnut taistella tota vastaan? Vai menikö sinne jotain ohi, kun mä kävin kahvia, niin?
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice. To hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spoon that'll let me observe the cauldron.
Hyvä piilopaikka tuolla kyllä. En mäkään kattonut sitä. Tainnut kattoo yhtään. Vai vilkasinkohan mä jossain vaiheessa? En mä muista enää. Taisin mä vähän vilkasta sitä.
Damn it. Gotta catch it.
Miten mulla on semmonen muistikuva, että sitä ei välttämättä tarvinnut tappoa? No, tapetaan sitten. Eikä tuo nyt niin...
Seems I'll have to kill the white in its own junk heap.
Mitäs tää otti? Fright oilia. Eikö necrophage oilia? Mitä vittua? Siis koko ikäni on asunut.
Seems I'll have to kill the white in its own junk heap.
En oo paljon poistunut mukavuusalueelta. ikinä noita pommeja. Grape shot. En mä osaa. Vittu, mistä se heittää nää pommit saa? Eikö se ei ottanutkaan sitä? Eihän mulla oo pommeja, voi vittu. Ihmekös. Vittu kun se ei taas osu siihen, vaikka se on ihan vieressä mättämässä. Vittu kun se hyökkää tolle aina. On hyvin rasittavia. Niillä on joku hyökkäys, mitä ei voi blokata ollenkaan. Se on ärsyttävää, kun se... Just tuota ei pysty mitenkään blokkaamaan. Mä en muuta ikinä pois. En todellakaan muuta minnekään.
Seems I'll have to jump keep.
Pitäisi laittaa paremmat nuo... Pitäisi pystyä meditoimaan, mutta kun tää ei anna meditoijia, ei anna tehdä mitään tää peli taas. No nyt se antaa, kun menee vähän kauemmaksi. No. Tuota otetaan. No vittu, kun se tuloo saatana. Osu siihen, saatana! Vituttaa tommoset. Miekka kyllä osuu, mutta kun se ei ota damakea. No vittu! Heitä niitä paskoja. Kyllä tää tykätä tuosta Ignistä yhtään. No. No vittu kun jää kiinni siihen, saatana! Mikä vitu rasita kun tuo kiinni jääminen? No niin. Vittu kun se jää kiinni, saatana. Ei me voiteta tuo on liian pahaa meille vielä. Ja minkä takia mä en voinut sitä saatana jättää tappamatta? Minusta kun tuo piti pystyä silleen, että sitä ei tarvinnut tappaa. Kato, googlataanpas. Pakko lunttia täältä. Mä oon ihan varma, että tätä ei tarvinnut tappaa. Onkohan mä sitten erehtynyt tästä? No mitä helvettiä, tässähän on. Try to lift the curse and attack the monster. Ei mulle tullut mitään saatana valintaa tossa. Voi vittu. Otetaan lataus. En mä voi voittaa tota. Mun pakko saada se.
The curse that held him up proved hard to lift.
Toinen
Yennefer and
vaihtoehto
the
tossa.
Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive
Mutta ei
revealed
muista
himself to
kaikkea.
be not man, but elf.
Vittu kun näitä
And
ei
an
voi
elven
skipata
sage
näitä
at
vitu
Cauldron's
katskeeneja.
empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer.
Sen verran mä nyt lunttasin, että täällä pitäisi olla joku... Mikähän tää nyt on taas tää sana, kun mä en taas saa näitä sanoja päähän. Mutta joku pitäisi löytää täältä. Päiväkirja, niin päiväkirja. Me varmaan missattiin se, kun me mentiin liian nopeasti. Tuollahan tuo on tuo päiväkirja.
Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse?
No vittu kun tää ei vittu taas ota näitä, saatana.
It'd make sense.
Nää on punaiset, no nyt se tuli.
No spoon you have shall say to you. Never again shall you wish
Vittu
to
kun
spy
kurkkukin
your
kippee,
reflection in the
saatana.
mirror. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death.
Mistä on tullut kurkku kippeeksi? Onko korona iskenyt?
Broken neck, indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy.
Pitääpä katsoa, onko kurkkukipu koronaoire. Kurkkukipu on nyt yleisempiä koronaoireita. Voi vittu. Voi vittu, se tulo se korona. Nyt mä kuolen, saatana. Pitäisikö tänään käydä kaupassa, niin kerkee käydä ennen kuin se iskee ihan täysin päälle.
Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
Eikö nyt vasta rupes kurkkuun koskemaan ihan äskettäin, kun nielasin tota kahvia, niin selvästi kipuunoimaan ruppee. Toivottavasti nyt ei iske, saatana.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred.
Missä se päiväkirja nyt on? Ei tuo ollut päiväkirja vielä, se oli vain joku kirje. Hei, täältä lisää täällä päin.
Spoon.
Tuolla,
Pretty
nyt
ordinary.
löytyi.
Maybe a little old. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table.
Tämä antaa nyt meille sen, että me voidaan saadaan se toinen vaihtoehto siihen.
Poor girl realized she was changing into a
Olisiko tuo ihan
monster.
mahdoton tappaa
Recorded
tuo?
it in her diary. Poignant.
Ei se mahdoton ole, mutta ottaa liikaa vaivaa. Vittu kun koskoo kurkkuun. Tai mä tiedä onko se kurkkukipu, mutta vihloo aina kun röyhtäisee tai nielasee. Niin.
Table set.
No niin, nytkö me saadaan, katsotaan.
Sierra is getting ready for some sort of feast.
Ei ainakaan kuumetta tunnu olevan.
Not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. Tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you.
Mitähän tässä meni?
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? The curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped. This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back.
Voi vittu, se epäonnistuu.
Calm down.
Voi vittu, se epäonnistuu. Voi vittu, mua niin kyrpii tää. Mä otan se uudestaan, en mä halua taistella sitä vastaan.
The curse that held Uma proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed
Mä en
to do
hyväksy
it.
tota
The
taistelua
ugliest man
nyt.
alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf,
Koska mä en voi
and an
voittaa
elven
sitä.
sage at that.
Mun on pakko saada
Avalok,
se
for this was
rauhallisesti.
his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt. Then
Table's set. White who lives here is getting ready for
Pitääkö
some
mun
sort of
etsiä nyt
feast.
joku lusikka vielä täältä? Voi vittu, kun tää on niin vaikea. No otetaan kaikki spoonit sitten.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Otetaan kaikki spoonit täältä sitten.
White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
Etitään nyt kunnon spoonit, saatana. No ei sitä ota taas. Voi vittu, mä oon jumissa. Onko se etittävä taas netistä, miten tuo mennään? Mä jaksas 10 kertaa yrittää. Mikä näistä nyt on oikea spooni? Voi vittu. No niin, ois pitänyt arvata. Voi vittu. Tuolla on pakko mielen noihin lusikoihin, niin oikea ratkaisu on olla käyttämättä lusikoita. Tuo olisi niin pitänyt arvata tossa, mutta kun on niin idiootti ihminen, niin eihän tommonen tuu mielenkään. Rupee taas nenää kutiamaan jostain syystä. Varmaan tää Ressi rupee nenää kutittamaan. Se joutuu miljoona kertaa latailemaan, niin rupee vituttamaan. Ei se nyt anna rauhaa tuo nenä.
We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons. Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
Olisi nyt ollut kivempi saada kerralla purkkiin, eikä montaa kertaa yrittää. Vähän vituttaa, kun mä oon niin perfektionisti, niin tää olisi pitänyt saada kerralla. Mutta kun sitä on tyhmä ihminen, niin sitä on tyhmä ihminen.
Like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Mitä vittua nää nyt täällä on, saatana? En mä voita näitä, mä kuolen näihin. Anna nyt vittu se saatana Gwenni! Vittu. Äläkää niitä houkuttele yhtään lisää sinne. Käytä nyt vittu sitä Gwenniä. Vittu, äläkä tolleen käytä. No kun ei osu, saatana. No lyö nyt vittu, kun jät jumii, saatana. Tää on niin rasittava, kun tää ei vittu osu. Ja nuilla on taas niin pitkä kantama, ettei mitään rajaa. Ja tälle ei voi tehdä mitään. Osuu vittu nyt siihen paskas, saatana. No niinpä tietenkin. Osuu siihen vittu. No niin, tollainen vittu kun ei osuu, saatana. Tää kantama on ihan paskaa. Vittu mulla menee hermot. No hyppii miten sattuu, vittu niihin osuu yksinkertaisesti. Ja lisää, mitä helvettiä. Vittu että menee hermot tähän peliin. Eikö näitä voi kiertää mitenkään? Voi vittu! Mä laittaa ihan tahallaan näitä vitu taisteluita tänne väliin, ettei näitä voi kiertää mitenkään.
Easy, not gonna hurt you.
No noita pääkallon vastuksia on niin saatanan vaikeita.
I must eat.
Mulla on vielä niin paskat kearit yleensäkin tässä pelissä, että mä en niinku... Ei oo suojia yhtään. Ja sitten kun nuo tekee semmosia, että niitä ei voi blokata mitenkään, niinku tuo hyppykin, niin ei sitä voi blokata mitenkään, se menee suoraan läpi. Ja sitten kun yrität vastahyökkäyksiä tehdä, niin se vaan lyö huti.
She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Tää pelaa Gwenttiä. Kyllä me Gwenttiä pelataan.
Ever play Gwent, BB?
Funny you should ask, sir. I was quite adept in my young...
Sounds...
Not at all.
May the best man...
Do you wish to play against any
Not really. You choose.
En mä mitään halua valkata kummiskaan, saatana. Mä en tiedä mitä tää Stormi tekee. Ei mitään idea mitä tää tekee. Tai mä muista mitä se tekee. Kyllä mä joskus on pelannut, mutta... Nuo on kameruksia. Nää ei oo kameruksia. Mitähän tässä nyt tekis taas? Mä tiedän, että sillä on mätäkorttia. Heti kun mä laitan jotain näistä, niin se tekee sen. Ei se tuplannutkaan noita ennen. No, ei voi mitään. Nyt me hävittiin tää. Moro 1-2.
I congratulate you on your victory. Shall we continue playing?
Maybe later. Got something I need to do right now.
As you wish, sir.
Enkä mä saanut siltä mitään korttia, voi vittu.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Ihan turhaan pelasi.
Thank you. So tasty. Oh, so good.
Voi, pitäis Reikiksen luokse päästä taas. Joka me nyt päästä etuovesta. Yes.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful. As they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Tesha Mudna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world,
Mulla ei taida riittää
one
leveli
among us
tohon
named
ollenkaan.
Kagmar developed such a
Tää
taste
kyllä tehdään noita
of lust for
sidequesteja
human
välillä.
blood that in one
On
night
liian
you could
pahoja
imbibe
nuo.
an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk, wearied quickly of living in constant fear, they began to hunt us. seek the aid of mages and witchers in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teshamudna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Kylläpä alkoi väsyttämään tuo kahvijuonti.
See no reason to dawdle. Teshamudna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Pakko kyllä pitää tuossa pieni tauko. Jatketaan sitten illalla.
What was that?
Ei nyt vielä, mutta
Blood.
tuossa...
Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sankurium.
3
A
aikoihin
solution that
pitää
sharpens
tauon.
one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Teshamudna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Me mentiin tänne automaattisesti. No, pelataan nyt tää. Tää vielä tästä.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
You lead. Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our well into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Human husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. On suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beings have breathed their last here.
Toivottavasti selvitään tämä nyt. Tallennetaanhan piruttain tähän, jos me joudutaan vielä pakittamaan. Mikähän leveli tässä on? 91 ja mä oon vasta 78, voi perkele. Meteoriittiakseen aina pitää ottaa.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little
Mä jaksan
library.
lukea näitä. Mä en todellakaan jaksa lukea noita.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us of where we came from.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham, my tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the dead, those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Taas mun lasit mennyt jonnekin. Mulla oli hienot... Se on tortsi, voi vittu.
Cells? Who for?
Disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham, my tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
Pitääkö tää erikseen kysyä mikä tämä tässä on?
This symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the dead, those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Whose is this glyph?
Amarin. They ventured to the sea.
Teshna mutna armorit ainakin tuluu täältä. Yksi, voi vitsi. Eihän noita saa käyttöön ikinä. Ei tää kahvi auta kyllä, tää ei piristä yhtään, ruppee vaan nukuttamaan tää kahvi.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it. Ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
Taas nähdään mitä käy.
Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Three done. One left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. When its stench is so thick, I wager it carries a bit of milk.
No. Otetaan tsekki.
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you, Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries. Appearances can be deceiving.
Bait set. What now?
Kun rupee väsyttämään. Pakko mennä pitkälle kohta.
You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into
Ei vittu miten ramaso.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent across my head. I started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what did you do once I uttered it?
No.
Vittu nää on pahoja.
Down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must force through this. That is all.
Mä kuolen tänne, voi vittu. Noin. Turha mä edes yritän vittu kun ne hyppii saatana semmosia loikkia, eihän noita saatana voi edes väistää. Tai jos niitä voi väistää, niin niihin ei voi osua mitenkään. Nyt vittuun täältä. Jätetään se sinne roikkumaan. Ei vittu. Ihan mahoton toita. Voi vittu, jos täällä on jotain örkkeä. Äkkiä helvettiin täällä. Tähän sitä tekisi ekana. Pitäisikö sitä mennä vaan... Mikä sitä oli? Corvo Bianco. Kyllä nyt väsyttää niin vitusti, että... Tai sammua tähän... Näille sijoille. Tämähän mun piti ottaa meditaatio. No niin, täällä on jo... Eihän täällä ole siivottu ollenkaan, mitä ihmettä. Mun talo on vähän kunnostettu onneksi.
Renovations coming along all right?
Super in other news.
If you say I should see it.
Nyt mä kyllä jätän tähän, nyt rupee väsyttämään niin paljon. Jatketaan parin tunnin päästä, kun mä saan vähän levättyä. Mä oon niin väsynyt. Mä oon aivan poikki. Aivan poikki. Mutta joo, jatketaan sitten jossain kuuden maissa sitten. Että jees. Mors.